So let's get into the issues. Now, security remains a big challenge the world over, but we're narrowing it down now to a part of the world, and that's in West Africa. So let's start off by you assessing for us the state of security here, with an eye on terrorism, extremism, violent extremism, and the political instability in the region.
Thank you so very much. I think before I start, as always, I want to acknowledge our troops in the front line and thank them for the hard work they are doing in keeping our borders safe and ensuring that we are all safe. So I want to urge them to keep the flag flying very high and continue their good works. Now, the status of regional security, particularly within the West African sub-region, and indeed the Lake Chad Basin area, it's always good to look at the West African sub-region and the Lake Chad Basin together, because both sub-regional areas, the threats are intertwined. So the security is not as we would expect it to be, particularly when you go up towards the Sahel countries, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. They are facing serious extremist threats from Islamic State and also from JNIM. Now, how this affects us most is that this threat cascades down towards our own borders, towards the northern parts of Benin, towards the northern part of Togo, towards the northern part of Ghana. What it means is that the jihadis, there are this tendency that they are pushing towards the coastal parts of the country. And that in itself is a concern for the entire ECOWAS sub-region. Now, apart from terrorism, there's also other organized threats, smuggling of small arms and light weapons, illicit drugs, human trafficking. The import of this is that you have all these threats forming a criminal ecosystem. Criminal ecosystem in the sense that they fund each other. The terrorists are involved in gun running, the terrorists are involved in human smuggling, to also fund their extremist activities. So when you put all this in the same pot, you will now begin to understand the magnitude of the threat that we face. Now, if you go to the Lake Chad Basin, where we have Nigeria, Cameroon, and Chad, it's almost similar too, because these extremists are also domiciled in those areas, and from there they are also found into the country. I think in a nutshell, it can be better, but the threat of global jihadism going towards sub-Saharan Africa is very high. The Sahelian states, for instance, recorded the highest amount of kills in terms of terrorism-related incidents last year. Almost 51% of all terrorism-related incidents was in the Sahelian countries. So the statistics itself is also quite grim and gives everybody a cause for concern.